everyone, so it is Monday afternoon and I had planned on doing a really quick update after I got my beta results on Friday, and that just didn't end up happening. There was too much else going on over the weekend, so I figured I would just kind of include that here in my first official pregnancy update. I am not entirely sure exactly how far along I am as of today. It's weird, like the website that I used to calculate my due date says that I'm 4 weeks 6 days, so I'd be 5 weeks tomorrow. But then when I put my due date into like all of the apps that I have downloaded now on my phone, I'm still kind of trying to decide which app I like best right now. They pretty much all say that I'm 5 weeks today, and then one of them actually says that I'm 5 weeks 1 day. So we're just gonna say that I'm 5 weeks today, and we'll kind of figure out more specifically what day my weeks roll over on once I have a confirmed due date, I guess after the ultrasound. So I had my second beta on Friday when I was 12 days past the transfer, and it came back at 586.7, which is really good. It more than doubled in the 48 hours. So that's really good. So I now go back for my final beta this Thursday. They would have you come back a week after, but they're out of the office on Friday for the holiday weekend. So I'll go back on Thursday morning for my last beta, and I have no reason to believe that it won't be exactly what it should be. And so I feel kind of pretty confident about things now, although it's still a little bit strange because like I don't feel pregnant really. I'll talk about symptoms in a minute, but it's still sinking in. I still don't fully believe it, I guess. And it's still so early that it's not like I'm really telling a lot of people, and so it's just kind of an interesting situation. I will say that it is interesting kind of comparing my experience so far this time versus last time when I found out I was pregnant the first time, because that time it was without any fertility help, totally natural conception. I found out that I was pregnant at home, well, actually on vacation, with just home pregnancy tests, and didn't have any of this monitoring that I have this time. So like last time I was every day or two continuing to take pregnancy tests to kind of confirm that yes, it does look like I'm still pregnant and it is getting darker and all of that. And I am still taking home pregnancy tests now every couple of days. I feel like I'm kind of done at this point with it, but I was kind of continuing to do it, partly just because I have the pregnancy tests, and like, what else am I going to do with them? I could find someone to give them to, but by the time I'm hopefully having another child, those pregnancy tests would likely be expired. So it's partly just because like, let's just see what it looks like. So I did take one of the digital ones that tells you how many weeks past conception you are. I took one, I want to say like the day after I found out, something like that. So it would have been like 9 days past the transfer, and it said 1 to 2 weeks, which is exactly what it should have said. And then I took another one, maybe yesterday, I don't remember, in the last couple of days, and it had changed to 2 to 3 weeks. So that's perfect. But having the beta tests and knowing that that's going the direction that it's supposed to go, I don't really feel the need to continue to test at home. I say that now, we'll see. And it's not like it's really getting significantly darker at this point. It comes up super fast, but it's kind of as dark as it's gonna get, I think, now. So the baby, right now, assuming that I'm 5 weeks today, is the size of a peppercorn or an apple seed. Those are the two different measurements that I have on different apps. So it's growing. With my first pregnancy, when we found out, I was right around 4 weeks, and like looking it up, the baby was the size of a poppy seed. So we decided to call the baby Poppy throughout my pregnancy. And even after we did find out that we were having a boy about halfway through, but we continued to call him Poppy because we didn't choose a name until after he was born. So this time around, we have decided to call the baby MB for embryo. So we'll be nicknaming the baby MB. And I am not sure if we're going to find out what we're having. I'm leaning towards not. And I think my husband is also, but we'll have that discussion a little bit further down the road when we're actually kind of at that point where we could find out. As far as symptoms go, I don't have a lot of symptoms. I've been pretty tired, especially in the afternoons. I get really tired and I'm like falling asleep on the couch by like 9 o'clock. So I'm going to bed a bit earlier than I usually do and going to sleep pretty quickly and sleeping really well through the night. But definitely kind of crashing at a couple of times during the day. And part of that, I'm sure, is that I'm trying to cut back on my caffeine intake, but I know that there's a good amount of it that's just from the pregnancy and the hormones and all of this, and I experienced that the first time, so it's not really a big surprise. I have been a little bit bloated, but nothing really bad, nothing really too noticeable. And the other thing that I've been feeling, which I tried to explain this to my acupuncturist, and I didn't really have the words to explain the feeling that I'm experiencing. But basically, even before I found out, before I took the pregnancy test at home, I had been feeling for a couple of days like kind of a full kind of feeling like things were growing and something was happening, but also like almost like movements. And I know that there's no way that I'm actually feeling movements. And it's probably just things like growing and changing. But I swear, and maybe it's just like my body tricking me into like remembering what it feels like to have the baby movements, but like it feels very similar to feeling movement from a baby. And not like the initial fluttery kind of feeling, but like a bigger baby with like big arms and legs. So it's a weird sensation. It's kind of calming down now. I'm still definitely feeling a little bit like heavy in my lower abdomen, I guess. But I'm not feeling that kind of movement feeling as much. So it's just a weird, I had a lot of trouble trying to explain it in words to my acupuncturist. Yeah, it's just kind of been a weird feeling. As far as food stuff, cravings, aversions, nothing yet, which I don't expect to have anything yet. And since morning sickness has not set in yet, which I assume it probably will in a week or two. With my first pregnancy, I started having morning sickness right around 6 weeks, and it lasted till 16-ish weeks. So I'm kind of bracing myself for that. But I'm food-wise trying to eat healthy, trying to eat well, trying to increase my protein intake. So I'm eating a lot of like hard-boiled eggs and cheese sticks are like my two go-to snack kind of things. Just to try to make sure that every time I'm eating, I'm getting some protein in, because you're really supposed to get a significant amount of protein during pregnancy. And I think it matters most during the second and third trimesters, but I definitely want to kind of get myself in that mindset, and especially before the morning sickness sets in, I want to make sure that I'm trying to eat as well as I can, because I know that once that hits, it's kind of all going to go out the window. And then lastly, baby buys. So we're still early, so we're not buying very much, and we still have pretty much everything from our son, so we're not going to need that much. But I went to Target and felt like, I think it was like the day after I found out, and really felt like I wanted to just buy something just to kind of like commemorate the event of finding out and all of that. So I got this little gender neutral sleeper thing. It has giraffes and elephants and zebras. So I like that, and I really like the color combination of the like mint green with the grays and stuff. So I really like that, and it has little giraffe feet. So, and this is a newborn size, so it's possible that this would be a coming home outfit, but it's not really that that warm, and being that I'm due at the end of February, I'm not sure that would really be warm enough for coming home in, but I'm sure that it will be useful, and it's a zipper also, which I highly recommend going with zippered ones if you can, because trying to snap up especially with all the diaper changes you go through, trying to snap them up is a pain. So definitely go for zippers if you don't already know that. So that is it for this week. Coming up, I just have my beta on Friday, Thursday, beta on Thursday, and I also have an acupuncture appointment on Thursday, and then I will schedule my ultrasound, which should be for about maybe a week and a half later. So when I'll be at the very end of 6 weeks, or like turning 7 weeks. So yeah, so that is it for today. I am not going to be doing belly shots for quite a while with my son. I didn't start showing for a long time, like until I was well into my second trimester. I went back and looked at pictures when I was like 20 weeks, and it barely looked like I had anything. So until there's like actually something to see, I'm probably not going to do belly shots. I'm a little bit self-conscious about my belly to start with, especially after having already had a kid. So so eventually I will, but not until there's actually something to show. So that's it for today. I'm really excited to be able to do these updates again, and it feels like it's been a long time coming. It's been about 10 months since we had our initial consultation, so it's definitely taken longer than we thought it would, but I'm just really happy that we're finally here. So I will see you again next week. I will hopefully be able to do these updates every Monday. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you then.